Hi everyone, welcome to today's video and thank you so much for choosing to watch my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you. And if you're new, you're watching this for the very first time, karibu sana. Feel at home. So guys, before we continue, I would like to ask you to kindly consider subscribing to this channel. And if you've been watching my videos and you have forgotten to push that subscribe button, please go ahead and subscribe. And also, please, when you watch this video, please click on the like button, give it a thumbs up. And also you can let me know what you think about this video on the comment section below. So guys, stay right there until the end of this video so that you don't miss anything. I don't want you to miss out on this story because you know what? It's one of the things that you can go through when you come to a new country. It can happen to anybody, even in our countries, guys. These things are there. And let me tell you, guys, people don't like to share this part of their lives. Like the story I'm about to share right now, tell you what? Oh, I was fired. Come on, guys. Who comes out in the, in public and tells people that she was fired? She got kicked out. Today, I will share with you and I will tell you the whole truth about how I was fired on my first job in the USA. And then, before you say, hey, Betty, the same employer helped me to look for a job. He fired me, he hired me, and he rehired me. Did you catch that? No, he actually, let me put it this way, guys. It's so funny because the moment this boss fired me is the moment he helped me to look for a job on the same day. And the moment he organized for my transportation to this other job. And then later on, he rehired me. And also, not just rehired me, promoted me, guys. That's why I'm telling you to stay right there so that you don't miss out on this story. It was years and years ago. First job in the US. Guys, remember yesterday I was talking to you about living jobs in the USA, whereby you can work as a caregiver and live in like a group home setting. You live in and then your employer will give you a place to stay. Yeah, so okay, this was my first job because I didn't have a car. And did I have a car? No, I didn't have a car at the time. So I didn't have a car, and Arizona, you know how it is. You're not able to walk around in the heat, and sometimes the jobs are too far away. There are no buses, and also you don't have anybody to pick you up. And like Ubers are not like now. Before, we didn't have so many Ubers like now. Now we have so many Ubers and Lyft and all kind of transportation. But I remember that time there were the green cabs, the green taxis, those, I don't know what they are called. They're expensive. So Betty was hired in this group home. Yeah, I was a very, very hardworking employee. And let me tell you, my boss, it was a male and female bosses, yeah, husband and wife. They really liked me. They really liked my hard work, and like they could talk to me, and I believe for some reason, I'm friendly. So I was friendly to them, and every time they could come in, hi Betty, how are you? And how are you doing? How are you coping with a new job? Everything. I don't like this kind of situation where like you fear your boss. As soon as he comes in, you're freaking out, or no. I like to be free and to like being able to express to my boss, tell them how I am and how the work is going and everything. not being over friendly, but in a professional way. We were like a couple of ladies there. So we had one supervisor in this job, and she was from Philippines. And actually, almost everybody was from Philippines in that job. Like most of them were. So this supervisor, for some reason, I don't know what she developed. I don't know whether to call it jealousy or to call it insecure or to call it what. I do not understand. For some reason, she started bossing me around. Oh, like Betty, go feed this one, go feed this one, go feed did you change so and so, did you do this, did you do this? And I'll be like, yeah, I did this. And then to some point I'm like, okay, because in these jobs, let me tell you, and when you work with some people, and let me tell you, I have people who are Filipinos and they are my good friends, but also sometimes you can work with some people and they kind of try to make you overwork. You get what I mean? Like they're trying to make you do much more, and they're just relaxing. And especially this supervisor, all she was doing is go around the kitchen. And Filipinos, they love to cook. They love to cook all the time. She's cooking rice, she's cooking adobo, she's cooking this, she's cooking all the time. It was business, cooking. From morning, she will cook a lot, and she'll cook lunch. Like, let me tell you, I gained so much because they're generous with food. They're really generous, and they'll feed you. So this supervisor, the whole time she was like, Betty, can you go and feed so-and-so? Can you go and feed? Can you go and give shower? Can you go and clean? Can you go and vacuum? Can you go all the time? And I said, one time I said to her, oh my goodness, what's going on? I'm not the only one. I have done this and this and this. How come you want, like, why do you want me to do everything? What about you? What are you doing? Because even if you're a supervisor, it doesn't mean that you're gonna sit down and boss me around and you're not doing anything. So one time I told her, I said, listen, I woke almost everybody up. I got everybody up. I did this, like I helped to feed. I did this. I helped, I counted all the things I've done. So I told her, I said, what have you done other than cooking and giving medication? There's nothing else you have done. And she was like, oh, you're not supposed to ask me that. I'm the supervisor. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, now I understand you're the supervisor, but this is not being fair, because even if you're a supervisor, we're supposed to be helping each other. And remember, we are just, that time we were just the two of us on the floor. So I said, it's hard for me to keep doing all these things, and the whole time you're spending the time in the kitchen. You can't spend the whole time in the kitchen and expect, what about in the rooms? Who is going to help out in the rooms? What about showers? Oh my God, she was so pissed off. So because one of the boss lady, because one of the bosses were like her friends, or she was like, oh no, Betty, I'm not comfortable to work with Betty because she keep questioning me. What am I doing? I'm not able to concentrate with my job. My job is to book appointments and do this, all those sorts. So the lady, the bosses were like, they called me, they said, Betty, this person's job, the supervisor job, she's only here to make appointments and to cook and to, they told me. I said, okay, fine. I didn't know. Then I told them the truth. I said, well, the thing is, please ask her not to push me too much, like to keep running back and forth. I'm not able to take breaks. When I'm eating my breakfast or eating my lunch, she's sending me like back and forth. And let me tell you guys, yeah, Filipinos. Anyway, so, and all the time she's this supervisor is running the whole time to the office. Every single little thing she's running to report me this, report me that, report me this. So anyway, some days she wasn't there, and the days that she wasn't there, I was working with other people, and everything was going great. I mean, everything was going so good. Anyway, these bosses were so good because they called the rest of the people. They were like, do you guys have a problem with Betty? And everybody was like, no, Betty, she's really nice. I really enjoy working with Betty. Everybody was like, Betty's nice, she's the problem. Betty's nice, she's the problem. because everybody came out. You know, they were not telling her that she's not helping, but that time everybody came out and said, oh, she doesn't help us. All she does is to sit in the kitchen. You know, that is the time they were opening up to the boss. Hey, the boss was like, okay, they tried to talk to her now. You know, we have received the complaints that you don't help on the floor. All you do is to spend the time in the kitchen, and now please kindly, you know, help the people, the other people. So fine, she started helping, but she wasn't very happy. So anyway, she continued to talk to gossip to the bosses and telling them, Betty, oh, you know, I'm very uncomfortable working with her. Can we switch days? And everything was just like, wow, she want everything switched around. The bosses could not reduce my days because remember, I was living in, like I was supposed to live in for 5 days and then go home for 2 days. Actually, I was living in for 6 days. I was only getting 1 day off. So they were not able to switch me around, like to what, to where. And we had a night shift. We had a night shift person coming in, but I couldn't work night. I was working day, 12 hours. So anyway, the bosses were like, they came to a conclusion. They said, for the sake of peace, we want to keep our supervisor, but we want to get, we're going to get rid of Betty. God, I'm telling you. And guys, I'm telling you. So they came, they called me, they said, okay, Betty, can we talk to you? So they sat me down and said, Betty, you know, our supervisor, we can't afford to lose her. She does so much for us. She calls the doctors for us. She refills all the medications. She takes care of everything. And it's just true. She was taking care of things. So anyway, I told them, I said, I don't have a problem working with her. They said, no, she has a problem working with you. She was working there. I think she was working every day because she was there the whole time. Anyway, so they said, Betty, unfortunately, we're going to have to let you go because we can't afford to lose our supervisor. And trust me, we haven't, you know, we wish we would keep you longer because we really like you and we believe you are a good, hardworking employee. So it's time to let you go. What? I said, so in short, are you trying to say that you have fired me? They said, yeah, and this is your check, this is your money, this is what? Guys, I don't know what. You know, this time I'm thinking, I don't have a car, I don't have a place to live. I had a place to keep my clothes, but you know, like to keep my clothes, but it wasn't like an apartment for me or any, you know, I didn't have a place. And I didn't have a car. I didn't have anywhere to go. I was like, where do I go from here? You see, now things are running quickly in my brains because I was, you know, my plan was I save up for the car. I had so many plans. And remember, I have only worked here for 1 month only. So I'm thinking this money is not even enough to buy a car. It's not even enough to get me an apartment. I need something to get me going. Anyway, so I sat there and said, Betty, are you okay? I started crying. I was like, tears were flowing. They said, do you need a minute to rest? Do you need a minute to think? You want to go to your room? Because I had my room where they had given me somewhere to stay. I said, I want to get a, please give me a chance to go to my room and think about it. So they said, take your check. I said, no, I don't want to take the check right now. I said, no, this is your money. Take your everything. And we'll give you all every single, anything you need. Whatever you need, we're going to give it to you. I said, no. Please give me like 10 minutes to go. I am telling you guys, I went to that room. I was just crying. I was crying. I was like, oh my goodness. That time I didn't even have so many friends who was my friend at the time? Hey, my beginning was rough. In Arizona, I didn't even have friends. All my friends were out of state. I only knew, I only had one friend in Arizona at the time, and I knew a couple of people but they were not close friends. Anyway, guys, I'll tell you one thing. My closest, my good friend was not in, like the person who I could depend on and rely on and everything was not in Arizona at the time. She had moved to a different state. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So here I am. Now I'm fired. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I don't know, blah, 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 blah. I was crying. I started crying. I said, oh my goodness. So the bosses, they came to my room and they're like, Betty, you want to come back to the office? So I was like, oh, thank God they've given me back the job. They said, oh, Betty, we want you to put yourself together and get the check and leave. And then he changed the tone. He was like, okay, now we need you to leave. Huh? I said, leave to where? I asked him. I was like, me? Leave to where? He said, we want you to go because now you're fired. I said, I'm not fired. You haven't fired me. Fired who? I said, I am not going anywhere. And if you please, kindly, I asked them, where do you want me to go? I am not going anywhere because I haven't done nothing. If you want to switch me, put me on a different shift, you can. They were like, no, because our supervisor is always here and she doesn't have another job. We need to save her job. We need to save her. And I said, no, I am not going anywhere. You take me, you carry me, take me to your house because I don't know anybody and I don't have anywhere to go and I don't have money. He said, oh, can we add you more money? Oh, no. Oh my God, I cried. The guy who was working overnight, he was a Kenyan. He said, oh, you guys, you can call this person. We can help you call him so that he can come and pick you. I said, no. I am not going anywhere. You guys haven't fired me. Even if he was like, okay, seriously, Betty, now you need to leave. We're going to call police. I said, I'm the one who will call police on you if you don't leave me alone. I need to go back to work. I said, please leave me. I want to get back to work. The boss was like, get back to which job? I said, this one. I am not quitting. He said, no, you're not quitting. You're getting fired. I said, I am not getting fired. You are keeping me because I'm staying right here. I mean, seriously. Guys, I said, okay, let me take, I took my check and I took my, everything, and I cried. I went back to my room. I was crying. So the boss lady came to check on me and I was still crying. I was like, seriously, they said, Betty, are you okay? Do you have another problem? Anyway, to cut the whole story short, the boss lady was with me in the room, and the gentleman, the boss guy, was in the office. Guess what he was doing? He was contacting another employer to come and pick me up and hire me. So while I was in the room, he helped me to find another job. And guess what? He organized everything. And this guy, he was supposed to come and pick me up at 2 o'clock. So this boss lady and the boss guy, they called me. They said, Betty, good news. The boss guy called us because I was with the boss lady in the room. They was like, okay, you guys can come back to the office. I went back to the office and I was just like this. I said, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Okay, so they said, Betty, good news. We have found you a job. I said, oh, thank God. So they said, this person is going to come and pick you up and take you to this other job. And they said, Betty, because you are willing to work, we're gonna pay you your whole pay for the day, and you don't have to return to go back to the floor. You can go get ready and get ready to go to these other jobs. Oh, I got dressed. I went back to the room. I got dressed. I could afford a smile. And they said, Betty, you can go eat in the kitchen. I was like, I'm not going to eat with this supervisor that just made me fired. I didn't even want to look at her because I was so mad. So anyway, all the employees, because now there were 2 other ladies there that time, they came and they hugged me and they were like, Betty, we will miss you. Oh my goodness, where are you going? Oh my God, but I was like, come on, you guys are all friends. Leave me alone. Because they were all Filipinos, and they were friends with these Filipinos that just got me fired. But honestly, they were good ladies. So this other employer came, picked me up in the afternoon and took me to this other job. So after a week, the same supervisor quit. I don't know, it's because of the pressure of the other employees, because they were like, you're the one who got Betty fired. She was one of our good ones. Why did you do this to her? It's not fair. After a whole week, kumbe, you know, this girl was looking for a job behind the boss's back. Hey, I am telling you, after 1 week, she didn't even resign. She just quit. And remember, they fired me because they wanted to save their supervisor, who was really, really good. They did not want to risk losing. Hey, she quit. They called me. They said, Betty, we want to have you back and we want to train you to take the position of the supervisor in the house. I said, oh, I'm so sorry, because now I already like where I work. And I say, thank you for the offer. You know, like in the future, if I'm looking for a job, I can always come back to you guys because you guys are nice. And they were like, okay, please remember us in the future. If you ever look for a job, this won't happen again. So anyway, I worked there for a while, and remember, guys, I told you yesterday's video, I mentioned that I used to sleep in a storage. This was the living place that I was living in a storage. Anyway, they didn't have anywhere else to put me. They put me in a storage. So that is where I was sleeping. I had my little bed there. And in the same job, they were like, oh, please help us to look for another caregiver. So I helped them to look for another Kenyan lady. So she came. We were working in the same place, sleeping in the same storage. But I think the owner of the house, later on, after a couple of months, he came and he was so embarrassed because he found me sleeping during the day in the storage, because I was working in the night at night. So he was so embarrassed. He said, oh my goodness, we need to make a room for our caregiver, give her a decent place to sleep. And they were like, oh, we are so sorry, Betty, you know, we had no plans to have a live-in caregiver. It's just because for your case was an emergency. We don't take live-in people, but because we don't have a car and your case was like an emergency, we had to take you and find you up. I was like, it's okay, it doesn't matter, as long as I lay down, it's fine. Anyway, so I worked here for a while, and then I got a better offer at another place, so I decided to leave, and I left for another better place. And then after a while, the same boss that fired me at first called me. He was like, hey Betty, this is so and so. Please, we want to give you a good offer. You come, we'll pay you. Oh my goodness, they were paying like double the money. He said, we are opening a new home and we want you to come and to be the lead caregiver in the new home. And you know, like, because the money he was offering me was like 700 more than what I was getting in the job I was like, I gave my notice and I said, I'm sorry, I have to go because I got another offer. You know, this person, I was talking to them, I said, please give me a better pay, but I had, you know, that, imagine $700 more on top. I said, okay, I'm coming to be a lead caregiver in your new home. So I decided to go. And guys, don't be surprised and ask yourself, why is Betty talking about going to different jobs? This country, people switch jobs, yeah? If you're not happy with one, if you find a good deal, a better offer, of course you take it, yeah? If somebody is not willing to give you that 700 difference, you take the offer. And it's, you know, it's always good for me. I always respect the employers, and I like to give my 2 weeks notice. So I gave this person 2 weeks and I said, I'm so sorry, but I'm putting my resignation in the next 2 weeks. I'll move on. And I told them the truth. I said, I'm going to be a lead caregiver in a new home, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And let me tell you, the minute I went, the same bosses that fired me, oh, they were so nice to me. They apologized and they said, but this will never happen again. And so I was hired, and that is now the group home, the living place. I was working with another 2 Kenyan ladies. Oh, we were having a blast. This home, we kept it so clean. the home was like the most favorite houses of these boys now, because everything was so organized, so nice. And the ladies I was working with, the two Kenyan ladies, they were amazing. Oh my goodness, they are still my good friends up to now. I still miss working with those ladies, and especially one kissy lady. She used to make us perfect chapatis, yeah. And we had the best time until now. In that job is when I bought a car and I found a place to live. I rented a place now, shared, yeah. The first place I got, I was sharing, and then I found an apartment. So I moved on to an apartment after sharing for a while. So that is one thing people do here. By the way, guys, if you're new, you can rent a room in somebody's house. Like in my house, you can rent one of my rooms, yeah. So that's what I did, and a Kenyan lady was renting out a room, so I rented a room in her house. And at that time it wasn't expensive. She was charging me 250 because I was only taking 1 day off, sometimes 2 days off. So I bought the car now, I signed up for the gym, I now moved on, and after that I stayed there for like over a year. And after that, now I got another job somewhere else and I moved on. And that is my story, guys, of how I was I was fired. And that reminds me, a lot of times you find some people you can get fired because of your colleagues, yeah. Not all of them, but sometimes you can meet these colleagues who are, they just want you fired. I don't understand why people would want to make others get fired so bad. I mean, what do people gain? Why would you make unaendea mwenzako, sorry to speak Swahili, but you speak, you unaendea mwenzako kinyume so that they can lose their jobs. Have you ever gone through that situation, or do you know somebody who have ever gone through that? Because you will understand where I'm coming from, yeah? You find somebody who is trying their best for you to get fired. You know, me, I don't like that kind of business. If you do that to somebody, you're the one who end up losing big time. Big time. You end up losing. You don't even gain nothing. And it's not even a competition. So you realize it's good to be, if you don't really like somebody at work, you would rather request to work a different shift, or yourself, you look for another job somewhere else. But please don't push for this other person to get fired just because you don't get along. And for me, let me tell you, I really enjoy my work when I'm getting along with my colleagues. I really love my peace at work because it makes the work enjoyable. It makes the time go faster. But some people, they see others like threats. Somebody like me now, I go to a certain job, and like that job now, I was, I don't know, for some reason she thought I'm gonna take her position as a supervisor or what. Also the gossip. Let me tell you, I don't want to keep mentioning the some country peoples, yeah, guys, but for me, my experience working with a lot of Filipinos haven't been very good, because I know most of the time they like to report every single thing. Oh, they'll go and report this and report this. And not all of them. Oh, I have very wonderful friends, Filipino friends. But for some reason, most places I have heard of, they like to report, they like to make you get fired. They want to report everything. They're in the office all the time. And not just them, not just the Filipinos, other you can find other countries, some people are like that too, like they just want to be in the office the whole time. Or maybe it depends with the individual. Some people, they just want to be in the office the whole time, reporting. Me, I don't have that business. I don't have that time. And I've had so many cases, some people complaining to me. They're like, hey, Betty, this person is always making me, how come I'm the only one who is working? How come I'm the only one who is changing people? How come I'm the only one who is doing showers? How come I'm the only one, And I say, I always tell them, I say, why are you complaining? You're supposed to approach them, tell them, tell them, or like, hey, how, if I do this one, who are you gonna help? If I help this one, who are you gonna help? Like, because me, if I work with you, you're gonna enjoy, we're gonna do 50-50 or help each other. I love to help each other. I don't like to look at what somebody else, oh, what have you done, let me do. For me, I'm the one who goes to work and I'm boom, boom, boom. I want everything done. I want to do everything like nice. But the thing is, you realize some people are very clever. They want to take advantage of the hardworking ones. They will be like this or hiding. I don't know where some people hide, because I don't know where you work, whether you get some of these colleagues, they like to hide. Yeah? And they show up later. I remember we had one of them, she used to hide for hours, and we'll be looking for her, and sometimes she'll be in the office or she'll be somewhere. And a lot of times you find it becomes even hard for other, it becomes hard for your colleagues, because unafinyilia one person, you make one person work more than they are supposed they should. So guys, that's gonna be the end of my video, and I told you today is just stories. So please share with me on the comment section. Let me know, have you ever been fired from a job because of a colleague? Have you ever worked with somebody who is wanting so much, who want you to get fired, or who is sneaking in behind your back to report you? Hey, that reminds me, some people, my goodness, that's why I always say, you know what, when I'm at work, I want to work, and I don't want to make these kind of friendships like, oh, let's do these shortcuts. Me, never trust anybody but your own self. Do your work the right way, because you know what, some people, they will do this and they'll be like, oh, Betty, she's the one, sneak behind your back. If you know these kind of colleagues, they just want to sneak behind your back and report you and act like they are so good, and they're the ones who are, and guys, let me tell you, I have met very amazing colleagues. Even now, we are up to now, we are still good friends. That was the only time I went through a mean coworker that made sure that I was fired. But thank God, because of these bosses, they knew my work, they knew me. And up to now, this boss was like, everywhere you go, please put my name on the on your resume, like contact, reference. And he gave me he always give me very good references. Like, even if I use his name, he will give me a good reference. This makes me feel bad, because like back home, you realize people work in one job for many years, because sometimes you suck it. You find that you're sucking in even these mean bosses. The bosses are treating you like crazy, or maybe the colleagues, but you just don't have a choice than to stay, because you cannot find another job. So that makes me thank God for this country, because here, if things are not going too good, guess what? You get a job next door. Yeah, they are there. If things are not going too good with this company, then I'm gonna move on. And I don't like that situation of your fellow colleagues making you quit. So please, if you are colleagues, if you are working with people, be nice to them. Be mindful, because you don't want to push somebody. And I've seen, by the way, when I'm saying this, I've seen so many cases of ladies, and especially the older ladies, and I can say I've seen quite a few number of older Kenyan ladies. And when I talk about older, they are in their 60s, and they complain about their colleagues. They're like, oh, I'm doing all the work, they're not helping me. And I just feel sad for them, because I'm like, you are younger, this person. And let me tell you, respect, we are raised, as Africans, we are raised to respect the elderly, like older people. But in these countries, when you come, you realize the culture is so different. Yeah? For us, how we were taught, people don't see that. Like, people don't really care how old you are here. They're like, how we kind of respect somebody because you see their they are 65, they are 70 years old, you're like, oh, you want to do so much for them because you want to help out so much because they are much older than you are. But here, no. Oh, I think the cultures are so different, but this is my opinion from what I have seen. I don't know for sure, but I've seen a few ladies, friends of mine, complaining about the places they work, like, oh, colleagues, they are making their lives miserable at work, they are not happy, and blah, 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 blah. And I try to encourage people, like, speak up, talk to them. Speak up, talk to them. If things get really bad, then talk to your supervisor or talk to your boss then, if things are really, really bad. But don't quit because of somebody, because you are not hired in that company because of them. Yeah? So, guys, I hope you understand my video, and please type on the comment section. Let's interact. Let's share stories of how, like different colleagues, different experiences we've come across. And if you've ever been fired from work, I told you I've been fired in this America. Yes, I've been fired once. So please comment and please click on the like, yeah? Let me know if you like this video. It's gonna help this channel so much. Thank you, and God bless you. Take care of yourself, and please stay safe. Yeah, COVID is still there. Stay safe. And if you're working, be a good colleague. Be a good co-worker. Be nice to your colleagues. And they'll be nice. And tell them, Betty said, be nice to us. Yeah. Okay? Tell your colleagues that Betty said, be nice to us, and watch Betty Easy YouTube channel. That's going to help them to be nice to you. God bless you, and bye.